Hey Derek, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, John. How about you?
I'm hanging in there. So, how is everything in Ho Chi Minh City? You actually are not only on a lockdown there, but you're actually locked in or locked down in your apartment tower in District 7. How is that going? How did that all happen? Why?
Yeah, there was a local case in one of the apartments here, and as a precaution, they've basically locked us all down. So there's 6 apartment buildings, towers, and they're all locked down now. So the roads are blocked. There's no access. We can't leave our apartment. And I think this is going to be going on for about 3 weeks, I believe. I think it's a 21-day lockdown.
So, you can't leave your apartment. You're virtually locked in. How do you get food? I understand in these situations, the government actually provides you with food. Is that correct?
I've heard that. I've not needed that service, but yeah, I've heard that's something that's been done. So at the moment, I have enough food to get me through. But we can have things delivered. So there's 3 times in a day in which we can have food delivered, or parcels or whatever. So they have a schedule where people can drop off at the main gate, and then the security will bring whatever it is to your door. So.
And, when you first found out about this, what were your feelings like? What were your initial feelings? Because I know when I'm riding my bike around Da Nang, I'll see these apartments that are locked down, and I kind of get this kind of feeling like, oh God, I hope that doesn't happen to me. I can't imagine what it'll be like to be trapped in your apartment for so long. Like, what were your initial feelings when you found out about this?
It wasn't a surprise, but just so frustrating, that we're now, 18 months into this thing, and still it's still thriving, and not just in Vietnam, around the world.
And we should also say too that you work online, you work from home, so it's not a real disruption for you as far as a livelihood or anything like that. But I guess just the feeling of being trapped inside. But do you feel this is the right thing to do, or that they're doing the right thing by doing this?
Without a doubt, it's the right thing. This is one thing I would really credit the government for. Back when it all started last year, they locked everything down, and it was a strict lockdown, and it allowed the country actually to operate as usual, as normal for the best part of a year. So there was no real disruption to the economy. Well, that's not entirely true. The tourism industry had an impact, but most people were able to get on with life. But now, it's really, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, Derek. Well, listen, you take care, and we will check back with you in maybe a couple of weeks to see how you're doing.
Yeah, sure, mate. Sure. All right. See you soon. All right. Bye-bye.
During the initial waves of the pandemic, countries in East Asia and Southeast Asia, like Vietnam and Taiwan, swiftly acted with well-thought-out plans to contain the virus, from quarantine measures to contact tracing. While the West suffered from a slow start to enacting proper precautions, Vietnam and Taiwan were among the safest countries in the world from contracting the virus. With new variants that are much harder to manage, many countries in Asia are struggling to get control of the pandemic. In this episode, I speak with friends here in Vietnam, Taiwan, and Japan to see what life is currently like living in this new state of extreme caution. I'm John Saboe, and these are my Far East travels. I wanted to catch up with friend, travel blogger, and podcaster Bruno Black, who's based in Taipei, Taiwan. I knew he could easily convey the mood and how people have been handling the new restrictions, where the latest wave of infections has turned the capital into a level 3 alert area.
Hello.
Hey, Bruno, how is everything in Taipei, Taiwan right now?
Well, things are looking pretty good. We still have confirmed cases every day. We got around like 350 yesterday, but actually we're already off the peak, which was a little over 500 a day. Well, so everyone now is behaving. Everyone is waiting for the curve to go down a little bit more, so that we can be a little bit back to normal. Everyone is staying at home, especially in Taipei City, studying at home, working from home. But the south part of Taiwan and the middle part still kind of cozy. Not a good sign, but right so far things are looking pretty good. Actually, we are more concerned about vaccines because we actually had around 20 million vaccines that were purchased before, but right now they're not fully arrived. Everybody knows that things will not be fully back to normal until most of people get the vaccines. So now we still have some vaccines left. But everyone is working together. We are providing all those vaccines to the frontline doctors, nurses, and everyone else is just waiting for the more doses to arrive. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you were mentioning earlier that you're feeling that the South is just a little too maybe lax right now and kind of cozy. Is that what happened in the North? Is that why things kind of got out of hand, because people kind of got a little bit complacent in the North, in Taipei and Taipei City, do you think?
Yeah, well, we were too confident in Taipei City because we thought that everything was under control. It didn't feel that serious before. So yeah, it was actually exactly the situation. But now that Taipei is in level 3, controls, then I hope this will send a warning to the middle and the south part of Taiwan. Yeah, please, I hope everyone behaves well so that we can actually, be not so tensed about the situation.
Would you say that the mood is relatively pretty easygoing in Taipei or Taipei City right now? I mean, you did have months and months and months of really just being able to live with a lot of freedoms. Most people didn't wear masks in public or didn't feel they need to. There was lots of cultural events and large gatherings, and there was no outbreaks at all happening. What is the mood now that that's been all taken away?
I think Taiwanese people are pretty good at adjusting to the situation quite fast. The time where the government announced that there are more and more confirmed cases in Taipei, the next day there were literally no one on the streets, especially in busy areas. So yeah, even though everyone is not fully happy about the situation, but everybody understands the importance of working together on this. So yeah, the mood is not that we don't have like great panic here because we trust the government, and we also appreciate that now we have the internet so we can work from home. But yeah, but for those people whose job were affected, once they cannot go out, they don't have income, we all feel sorry for them. But the government is also acting fast on subsidizing their lives. So yeah, overall, even though nobody wants this to happen, but there is no like huge panic. Everyone's still pretty calm down and watching the numbers, getting better a little bit. So yeah, we still are pretty positive.
Okay, well, thanks for the update, Bruno, and please stay safe.
Thank you, and you too.
After several days of adjusting to new restrictions, whether it was walking along the road of a favorite beach instead of on it, being confined to your apartment instead of relishing the simple joys of a coffee in a favorite cafe, a kind of new normalcy sets in. You simply adapt and accept these new restrictions. It's human nature. But it's almost like there's a low-frequency numbness, an emptiness inside. At least that's how I felt. Like an ache that's dull but manageable. Something is missing that no excessive amount of external stimulation, such as food or booze, or anything for that matter, can replace. So you wait and hope maybe for unexpected pleasures that help you cope.
I just got a free mango. Oh, you got one too.
I want too.
Nice.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Anne.
Do you get the free mangoes all the time?
No, this is the first time, because normally there are many people here.
Yeah,
So I don't have a chance to get one.
Yeah.
So, nobody here.
Yeah,
I
nice.
get one.
I caught up with DaveInOsaka, a Canadian live streamer based in Osaka, Japan, to see how his daily life has changed in an extended state of emergency.
Dave, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Well, we're okay here. We're kind of in a soft lockdown. You have something called an emergency alert, emergency declaration, and that's the same thing that we've heard about happening in Tokyo as well. So tell me what life is like in Osaka, one of the most vibrant cities in East Asia, if not all of Asia, currently. Like, what can you do? What can't you do?
This is the second extension of the emergency declaration. So this one, they've opened things up a little bit more. The department stores are open through the week, and museums are open, theme parks, and that's something that's different from the previous period, which was where all of that was closed. So we're one step closer to kind of opening up totally. So, but not quite there yet.
And as far as like your lifestyle goes, are you going out much at night? I mean, is there much to do? Are you mostly staying inside?
Everything closes at 8 p.m., so there's nothing to do after that. I'm teaching at home, so I do all my lessons on Zoom during the day, during the week, and then maybe I'll go out downtown just to get some air and just to walk around. But by 8 p.m., everything is closed. So.
And what's the general mood of the people in your circle right now?
It's been so long with this whole pandemic that people are just, I think they have a certain groove now of just staying at home. They've adapted to this sort of lifestyle. We did go back to school for 1 week, but just the second week, by the second week we were already on another emergency declaration, so we had to go back to teaching at home. So I think everybody's in a groove of staying at home. They've adapted to that because it's been like this since last year, since this whole thing started.
And as far as the Tokyo Olympics go, I mean, they're still set to go, but the stories that most of us have seen are saying that the general population, up to 80% of citizens, don't agree that it should go ahead. What are your thoughts on that, or how do the people around you feel about that too?
I definitely think that, and it seems like the people around me too don't feel like there should be an Olympics at all. If we haven't got this under control and we're not vaccinated, then why should we hold an international event? I think it's pretty common. That's common sense to me.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what I'm getting from the people around me.
Okay, Dave, thanks so much. Stay safe, please.
All right. You too.
So now what? As social distancing restrictions started to be lifted here in Da Nang, Vietnam, tougher measures began to be imposed on the validity of foreigners' visas, extending more uncertainty for many. And for how long will it be before another wave, maybe even a new surprise, sweeps across Asia or the globe? Vaccine rollouts will no doubt be effective in curbing these new outbreaks. Something loyalty, pride, patience, and steadfastness, as strong as they have been across Asia, are becoming pushed to the limit. Many will have to change plans, manage expectations, and adapt to whatever the future may hold. I once again look to Thich Nhat Hanh, the great Vietnamese Zen master, for inspiration. He wrote, "The past is gone, the future is not yet here, and if we do not go back to ourselves in the present moment, we cannot be in touch with life." And it's probably the most important lesson I've learned throughout this pandemic: mindfulness. All we really have or need is right in front of us at any moment. And what I'm looking at right now is just fine with me. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up please. More videos from Vietnam, East Asia, Southeast Asia, and South Asia. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Yes, the beach is open again here in Da Nang. I think we're all very excited about that, along with restaurants and cafes for dining in. Some restrictions apply, but I think everybody overall has worked hard for this and is also very grateful that there are some restrictions now lifted here. And I'm also super grateful for the people that have supported me recently, especially Mark Bossert. Brother, you are the best. You've always come through for me. Thank you so much. Mark at Top Local Rankings. Michael Salinger. Yes, we're gonna go for a coffee for sure when you're back here. Thank you so much for your generous support. Vuda, I always love hearing from you. And thank you again for another donation. Thank you so much. And JT, again, you always come through. Thank you so much. So if you want to help out the channel, a couple different ways you can do it. There's links in the video description, either donations or pledges. Either one works for me. I really appreciate your support, especially in these times. Also, I will give you some updates when they are available on my personal situation here in Vietnam. I will let you know for sure. And I also want to say, wherever you are out there, please be safe. We'll get through this. Namaste, Tashi Delay, and peace from Da Nang, Vietnam.